Hi, welcome back to We Ride Motos. I'm Glenn.
And I'm Carrie.
In this episode, we are leaving Como, and then the final destination or the final stop on this particular trip is Milan.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on.
The last leg or the last stretch of this trip is into Milan. So we leave Como and we head south and pick Milan. You know, it's Milan, but we also had made arrangements to leave the motorcycle there. So we found a motorcycle touring company called Moto Touring and had made arrangements with them to store the bike. And they pretty much, I think they do tours still, but not like they used to. But they store a pile of bikes and pretty reasonably priced, you know, all in all. I mean, you put your bike in there and
yeah, so
it stayed there.
We found it. I mean, it was a bit...
It's kind of in the industrial end, so
yeah.
Once we got the bike set up and paperwork done, then we had to hike 2 kilometers to the subway. And
had to pack my own backpack again.
Yeah. And again, like you get in Milan, you get on the subway, and we took the subway and we were jumped off a block from our Airbnb.
Yeah,
so.
right. We stayed right downtown Milan. And so we found our little place tucked in off the street. They have the big park there too, the Forza Castle.
Was that across the road from us?
Yeah.
We walked through it.
Yeah. And they had the...
That's right, because we went through that park, through that castle, through the park to get to that big...
Yeah, they have a big...
shopping mall area.
That we went to. Like big, huge, modern skyscrapers. And there's one skyscraper, it's called Vertical Forest, and they built it to help fight pollution. The air pollution is really bad.
Build some more.
Yeah, it's really bad in Milan actually.
Yeah.
We could feel it in our throat.
A couple days there and your throat's pretty raw.
Yeah, but they have this huge tower and they have over 800 trees on it, like all going up.
It's a start.
Get a picture of it, yeah. So they're thinking about it, I guess. We went to the financial district, of course, that's huge in Milan.
Okay, I have to ask you.
Is
that where the guy that's facing the banks and he's flipping them off when the sun hits it just right?
Yeah.
Another Atlas Obscura thing?
Yeah, we have we'll post the...
Yeah, there's a statue there. And,
well, no, it's just a big hand.
Yeah, but he's...
Yeah, it's a big hand.
Is he flipping them off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Birds of paradise.
Yeah. The Starbucks, they have the Starbucks headquarters for Italy in Milan. It was an old post office that they converted, and that was really interesting. It was kind of like, I think if you went into Willy Wonka chocolate factory, it was like that for coffee.
Yeah, you buy your coffee like any Starbucks and it's pay way too much. But they had this
bars.
huge in the middle, they have a big automated roasting machine.
Yeah, you can watch.
It was packed. It was packed.
You can watch them roasting and dumping it.
Apparently, don't they roast all the coffee for all the Starbucks of all of Italy?
For Italy, yeah. Yeah, for Italy. And then upstairs, we didn't go upstairs, but apparently they have a big cocktail bar up there
should have
too.
went upstairs.
I know.
Aperitivo time
we
at
didn't
Starbucks.
know that, yeah. And they serve all day long up there.
We also visited the main Duomo
Milan is really quite amazing. It has quite a few amazing things to see, and the Duomo is definitely a sight. It's huge.
Didn't you say it took 600 years?
600 years, and it's the third largest in Europe.
Must have been working on island time.
Yeah. It's very Gothic. It has lots of spires, and it's got, I don't know, it must have thousands of statues.
It's beautiful from the front, and you walk around the side.
Oh, that surprised us.
And it did surprise me, because right on the side of this beautiful Duomo is a great big screen with advertisement protected.
Yeah.
Whatever, making a few bucks, I guess.
Yeah.
And we also, just by fluke, because we didn't know it, we hit Eichma, the motorcycle where they release all the new motorcycles. So we thought, we got tickets. They weren't too terribly expensive, and we jumped on the subway in the morning, and it was dead. It was like 7 a.m. and we're on the subway and we're heading up, and it's getting busier and busier.
Yeah, every stop.
By the time we got to the last stop, was where you got out to the convention center. It was jammed. I think they said there's 100,000 people a day go through there.
Yeah, it was busy. Like, it was huge too.
Yeah, and they were releasing the Honda Transalp, got released there, and you couldn't get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
BMW was not there.
No.
KTM was not there.
No, they don't go anymore.
They don't
need to, I guess they say.
KTM might need to change that now.
But there was a lot of
Chinese manufacturers there.
Yeah.
And we are seeing that now in our own markets here with different brands coming.
Yeah.
A lot of e-bikes, like pedal bikes, they were really popular.
Yeah.
What was there, 4 different buildings just
I think so,
jammed full of motorcycle and gear and
it was a lot of stuff, but it was fun. Like, it was definitely all the models from Milan, I guess they hired them to sit on the bikes, right? So some of the guys were there not to see the bikes.
Yeah, I think they told their wives, I'm going to take pictures of motorcycles, and they came back with nothing but pictures of models.
Yeah, so...
Oh, she was on my bike. I didn't know how this happened.
Yeah, it was,
You will see a picture of me sitting on a little red Honda CB500X.
that's right.
And as a friend of ours said, trying leads to buying,
Yeah.
because I ended up buying one.
Actually, there's a picture of me sitting on this little tiny bike too that we thought was kind of hilarious. But then we actually test drove that.
Well, we've test drove a Papio, which is a CF Moto, which is the same as the Honda Grom knockoff or whatever.
It looks like about that size of bike that I was on. So that was
little
funny.
125.
We didn't end up buying it.
No, we didn't buy it, but we took it for a rip.
Yeah.
It was hilarious and fun all the time.
Yeah, it was a fun little bike. On the way back, we stopped at one of the stops along the subway and we went to see that big horse.
The big horse.
And it's actually
Enlighten me.
Leonardo da Vinci designed it. And I think it was built, but during the war they used it for target practice. It's like huge. And it was just rebuilt. I think I might have had it here. I'll post it. It was rebuilt and put, I think it's at maybe a racetrack or something. You don't remember walking out to see the big
Oh, I remember walking out to a racetrack. We couldn't get in. And is that where you took the picture through the fence?
Yeah.
And I was worried you were going to drop your phone inside the fence.
I don't know if you're worried about that, maybe.
I worry about things like that.
Yeah. So huge, huge horse. Anyways, we'll post that. We went to see The Last Supper because that's in Milan.
Yeah.
We had to order the tickets because it's very controlled. You have to go through these different chambers before you go in because they control the humidity in there because it is very fragile. So we went to see that, which was...
It was interesting because it's painted on the wall and I looked at it. It's like, so I said before, we went to the Mona Lisa.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, where is it? It's so small, but that one was actually big and it was.
Yeah, the combination of paints, it was a new thing that he was trying out when he did it, and actually started deteriorating right away, like 6 years later. So they've and they just cleaned it, I guess, layers and layers of people retouching it maybe. But it actually got bombed. That church got bombed in World War II, and that wall stayed standing. It was amazing.
Somebody's looking out for somebody.
Yeah, yes. Milan actually used to have a lot of canals in it, and they were actually designed by Leonardo da Vinci back in his day with the locks and everything. And when the Duomo was being built, they used these canals to bring the marble in.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of that left, the Navigili or something area.
I'm sure they just built right over top of everything.
Yeah, but except for that one. Remember we went down and we had that really good aperitivo down there, right on the canal.
I'll say sure.
Oh, you don't remember? Well, you'll see the pictures and you'll remember because it was a really good one. So that's it comes alive at night. Of course, there's cafes all lined up along there. And so that was interesting. We walked down there. It was a bit of a hike. It was kind of surprising what the fashion was. It was definitely not what I had in my head. You have a certain image that you think in your head.
Oh, and schlepping around with my leather riding boots on and my blue jean riding pants. And
and the cowboy boots were just coming in too. The
cowboy.
Sparkly, fancy cowboy boots, Actually, that area is really nice because it has that big shopping center. I think it was built in the early 1900s. It's all glass on the top, and it's all marble. It's very, very beautiful.
Coming home in
days,
November
yeah.
to Canada.
I mean, it was cooling down in Italy, but it wasn't as cold as it was at home. Yeah.
No, so
Yeah.
So that is a wrap for this whole series, our trips through Italy and all of that. And we appreciate if you suffered along with us to this point. We really do appreciate it. And, you know, if you want to give us a like and a subscribe, send us a comment. Our next series, which we are pretty excited to get started on, is Morocco.
That's right. We have some time in Spain, then into Morocco for a month, and then a little bit of time in Spain before we go home.
Yeah, our series are kind of messed up because we did a Spanish series, which actually we did the trip after this Italian series, and now we're going back again.
Yeah, with a flashback.
Yeah,
like
it's a
they do
flashback.
in Star Wars.
That's right.
If they can do it in Star
Sequel.
Wars, we can do it.
We're doing a prequel.
Yeah.
Now we're doing a sequel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be It'll be Spain, a little bit of time in Spain, and a month in Morocco. And
Very excited to share that with you.
That one's gonna be fun. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming along, and we will see you in the next go round.